So the 2025 PlayStation State of Play was released today, and there's a couple of things I want to talk about. This video will be short and sweet, as there really wasn't that many games I was excited about, but there are a couple I do want to mention and talk about, and see what your guys' thoughts were on some of these games as well. A couple of quick notes about games that we got release dates on. Directive 8020, if you remember, was a game that I made in my 8 games I'm excited about to play this year. However, there was not a release date. Well, as of now, we do have a release date of October 2nd, as well as a much longer extended trailer. And I got to be honest, I'm just as hyped now as I was when I heard about this game. It really does look like the Telltale, not the Telltale, it looks like the Dark Pictures anthology is moving to the sci-fi world. And I think that's really cool because there's a couple of other directions they could have gone with the series. But I do think sci-fi and outer space is really cool. And I'm excited to see what they can do. You can wish list it now, and you'll be able to pre-order it in June to play it again on October 2nd. Another cool thing they released is a remastered version of Days Gone. Now, this is a game that has gotten critical acclaim for years now. I personally have never gotten around to do it. It is one of those games that does go on sale, like every big time games go on sale, like summer sale, winter sale, Christmas sale, things like that on Steam. So I don't think I'll be purchasing it until this remaster comes out on April 25th, 2025. I wonder what this is going to do to the game. It looks like it'll probably rejuvenate it. I don't think there's a lot of people who um, really had this on their radar. I know it's a really beloved game, but I don't know. I didn't expect this, but they're adding a couple new modes: a hardcore mode, a speed run mode. I don't really know what that is, and a new photo mode to it as well, which I think is always cool with modern games. This is coming to PS5 and the PC on April 25th. Another game I had no idea about that kind of surprised me here in this video was a game called Hell Is Us. And this game is interesting because it really looks like a psychological horror thriller type game, but with some like really unique combat for that genre. It's got that like third person behind the back type of combat, but it almost gives like a Resident Evil or a Control vibe to the gameplay. So it's really interesting, and I'm definitely excited to see more about this game as we get closer to the release date of Hell Is Us, which is September 4th. I will definitely be interested in looking at more about this game, as I could definitely see this game is going to be one of those games that I'll be excited about to play towards the end of the year. Now, a game that I think is getting a lot of hype about is a game called Mind's Eye. I'm not sure if you're familiar with it. I'm not, but from what little research I've done prior to this outside of the state of play, is that it's a bunch of Rockstar developers who tried to make a game and it's been postponed for years and years. And so they've just kind of turned it into this sci fi, almost cyberpunk looking game. And I'm gonna be honest, it's getting a lot of hype, but it just didn't do it for me. I like these types of games, but for some reason, as I watched the trailer, it did kind of seem a little generic-y to me. I'm sure the game will be done well, but it just I didn't get as excited as I did for some of the other games in the state of the play. Another game that I don't think anyone was asking for was Borderlands 4, which I don't know if someone at Borderlands has like some blackmail on a bank, or I don't know how they get all this money to do all this like extra stuff and continue to have this franchise alive. I was never a big fan of it. Once upon a time I did play a lot of it. But that was probably before I started playing online games and multiplayer. And, I just don't know if there's a market for Borderlands games anymore. I mean, the last three, I think, or last two or whatever, I know that RPG game they tried to do was pretty badly received. I know the movie didn't gain any new popularity. I know that was pretty poorly received. So I just don't know who this is for. The gameplay does look kind of cool, which is a promising thing. But if they're gonna ask $70 for this game, I don't really think I'll be asking my parents to buy it for me or being one to buy it. The last thing I thought that was worth mentioning was WWE 2K25 coming March 14th, so just about a month away. But they're going to add this new feature called The Island, which is essentially My Park from NBA 2K. It's just now going to be in WWE 2K. They said that the lobbies are going to be sizes of 50, and it'll be just like My Park. I mean, it looks the exact same as My Park, just with the wrestling flair. What I do think is going to be interesting about this is I think how you can watch players play basketball games on My Park. If you're going to be able to do that on the wrestling, or if like all 50 of you could do whatever that big tournament is. I think that'd be really cool. And overall, I thought it was an okay presentation. But what did you think of it? Did you watch the state of play? Were there any games that you're excited about or that you kind of could care less about? Any games I brought up today that you forgot about or that you were excited about? Whatever those answers are, let me know in the comments down below. And I'll see you guys in the next one.